Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City, or Building a City. I think I named it Building a City. Oh well. Regardless, I have a couple things to show you. For one, that weird, funky road I changed to a completely straight road, leading towards what's going to be the district of residential area, or residential district. This road having the blue for the bike lanes and everything. And then these street lights are going to change eventually because I found a better way to build them. Additionally, the last episode you saw would have been the one where I started to terraform up to here, and then I didn't have a full road or anything. So I've built quite a bit off of camera. Just the boring stuff though, mostly the roads and all that. But I am doing a tutorial. I'm not sure if this will be posted afterwards or before the tutorial to build a road and to use the structure block. And also how not to use the structure block, because in that video I messed up very badly. But then additionally, after that video, I've built quite a bit. I did some greenery on the side here where I've started terraforming, and then I finished terraforming an entire section over here. Just need to add some more of the greenery and trees and stuff. Under here I added another stone path with the kind of slant that you get underneath a lot of them. Mainly it's for support, but it also adds a little bit of detail to the city. Additionally, I added a tunnel. A full tunnel that leads all the way through, and I like using end rods now. I like using them as the little things in the center. I forget what they're called. Usually they're yellow, but they're purple on here because, you know, it's also a good source of light for in the tunnel. But the main thing I want to show you, let me dump my inventory off in the middle of the highway. I'm littering, oh no, arrest me. Main thing I want to show you is what we're going to be building today in the time lapse. So last episode you saw the start of the highway, which now goes on for an eternity. Not really, there is an end to it. It's just I've used the structure block and I have abused the structure block. So it goes on for a very, very long time. Now, most of the other roads I've had to build by hand, other than this one. Obviously, copy and paste worked out pretty well. This road, however, is a very weird one, and so this is leading off of the highway and into the inner part of the city. So I've had to build this all by hand. Completely by hand, and the entire inside of this tunnel built by hand. But it's fine. I threw on the Distractable podcast. If you haven't watched or listened to that, go ahead and give that a listen. It's by Markiplier, Bob, and Wade. Absolutely hilarious. Great to build to, especially when it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I have to pull an all-nighter to get to work in time tomorrow. I was also pulling an all-nighter because I wanted to play the new Call of Duty with all my friends, and then they just didn't get on. Which is fine. I don't blame them. It's fine. But I figure may as well, while I'm pulling an all-nighter, may as well get to work. And so, in this time lapse, I'm going to be building all of these houses. Well, not houses, but, oh, this could be a problem. I've got these all planned out. It's not a problem. So these are going to be Georgian style shops, or Georgian shops. So they're the connected shops in like a big strip, with like apartments or whatever over top. And so I've got actually some materials laid out, and I'll go through some of the materials just to show you if you're trying to build in your city some Georgian shops or whatever. Because essentially the planning part of it is as you enter the city, or no, this is leaving the city, so towards the highway. But anyways, the front of the city that you can see from the highway, which eventually will actually also have a bridge that connects over, and then an outlet that actually sets onto this road. But anyways, I might actually do that down there. Instead of an on-ramp, it'll be an off-ramp. Much more simple to build. But anyways, essentially, what I'm going to be doing for the city is I'm going to start out with some, medium-sized builds. A couple stories, probably 3 or 4, and then the next ones behind that will be a little bit bigger, and it'll kind of progress into some skyscrapers, some point skyscrapers, or point towers, stuff like that, as it goes from the kind of retail part of the city, where all the shops are going to be, maybe a mall, something like that, and it'll progress into the financial district, which will have all the towers that run all the businesses and everything, and then from there it'll get into some of the inner city parts with like the courthouse and different specific structures that are kind of unique. But anyways, we're starting out this time by building these Georgian shops. So on the very far right, this is actually going to be a corner shop. I'm going to put a little courtyard here and a wall in the back to block off the tunnel that comes out onto the main road towards the inner city. So I'm going to put a wall around here somewhere, and then a courtyard here. But then right next to the courtyard, we're going to have a clothing shop. So I've got it designed up a little bit. So essentially it's going to have a couple shelves or stands or whatever for some clothes and stuff. Probably going to use armor stands. And there's actually suits in this texture pack. This is just the regular standard city texture pack by Mojang or 4J Studios. And it's like the best one to use for a city, honestly, in my opinion. So we'll have a couple clothing racks and stuff. And then over here we'll have the checkout. And then back here will be the main office and everything. No changing rooms or anything. Nothing too fancy. Just a small little clothing shop. And then next to it, in the orange, is going to be the bookstore. But for the materials for the clothing shop, for the main floor is going to be this white brick on the outside. On the inside is, I haven't decided what the interior wall is going to be. Probably, I might do the same. I might just do a solid block. I don't know, but yeah. So the outside lower floor where the actual shop is going to be white bricks, and then the floor is going to be this dark oak. Nice clash of colors there. And then the upper floor is going to okay, that's right. So the bottom is going to be white brick with some of this darker brick, and then the darker floors or whatever. And then the upper floor is going to be this dark brick. Or maybe I had it wrong. Okay. Let me think. White bricks for the bottom floor. This darker brick, this grayish brick, as the kind of highlights, any pillars or whatever, and all that will be in this. And then the floor, obviously the wood, the dark oak. Then the top floor is going to be this dark reddish color. And then all the windows are going to be this gray stained glass. Then next is the bookstore. We've got some layout set here for some bookshelves and stuff. And then the checkout counter, and then behind is going to have some stairs that lead up. And also in this office, it'll be, well, this won't be an office, this will be stairs that lead up to the upper floor. So the first floor is going to be the shops. Second floor is going to be the offices for running the shops. and everything. And then the next floor or two afterwards would be any apartments we put in there, or just more office space or whatever. So yeah, bookstore, we've got the, the layout and everything that we talked about for bookshelves, the front counter, and then the stairs leading up to offices and all that. And then this is going to be, so I thought about, what is a modern bookstore going to be designed? And I thought about it, and I think I'm going to use these black bricks as the bottom floor, with a white highlight with a pillar of quartz, and then any support beams or whatever, or support sections are going to be out of this white. And this is actually just regular diorite, which looks really nice in this texture pack. And then the flooring is going to be this style of wood. It's actually birch wood. I'm not sure of the name of it. I haven't been in the flooring section in quite a while. It's not herringbone. Herringbone is something we're using later on. But this is kind of like alternating squares. Really, really nice looking. But so that's going to be basically the whole layout. And then the top floor is going to be bright red nether brick, which will be pretty nice. And then the gray stained glass again. Gray stained glass for all of them except for one. Next, we actually have a closed shop. So to make it more realistic of a city, I figure we should put in a couple places that are, for sale or for rent or whatever. And so yeah, this next shop that is outlined in yellow is going to be a closed shop. The floor is just going to be the concrete. And then the inside of it, we're going to put some empty shelves, which I have a really good idea for. We're going to put some empty shelves and such, and then the counters and all that, where you would work, but there won't be any work. And so the front is going to be glass windows. Most of these fronts are going to be glass windows. But behind them are going to be bars, like they pulled shut something or whatever. And then the front, instead of having a door, we'll have the, honestly, probably this block over here to make it look like it's closed, like the thing you pull down or whatever, just as a test. Yeah, like that, like the metal gate or whatever. So that's what that will be. I'll actually leave this block over here somewhere. And then the main block for down here is actually going to be this brick, which is actually in stone, which I really like. And then the top floor is going to be mud bricks, which is this nice brown brick tone. So that'll be nice. And then I'll come up with a floor later on up there. Essentially, it's just going to be apartments up top, since this is going to be an empty shop. And then next is the barber. So the barber shop, I've got a nice little layout here. A couple barber chairs on each side, 3 on one side, 2 on the other side. The big open space in the middle, which actually a lot of real life barber shops have. And then the back for the stairs again. And all of these actually have back exits, not only for fire escapes, but also for putting the trash out or whatever, which actually connects to this alleyway that connects all the way over to an alley that's going to be between some Georgian shops and some more Georgian shops on the other side, but I'm not building those yet. But anyways, the barber shop has also got the checkout over here. It is going to be, for the bottom floor, these lighter bricks, which are actually sandstone. Looks real nice in this texture pack. Again, this is the best texture pack to build a city with right now on Bedrock Edition. The cube pack is the best on Java, but I don't have Java because of a glitch in my computer. But I have a brand new computer, just need to get it set up, which I might do after this video because I've still got another 3.5 hours to kill before I have to leave for work. Because I got off work, at 9, and then I come in at 8. So I thought, well, the new Call of Duty just dropped, and I was supposed to play with some of my work friends, but they didn't end up getting on. It's fine. I played a couple rounds, and it's actually pretty fun. But I might make some videos for that, and I'll definitely play through the campaign on here. But so I was already up until like 10, 11 waiting for them, and then I decided, well, I get up at 8, and I'm not a morning person. I usually don't wake up until like 10, so I'm gonna pull an all-nighter, drink a couple Red Bulls, and I am ready to pull this all-nighter. Then there's a Halloween party tomorrow night somewhere I might go to. I don't know. Still debating. But then, anyways, back to the video. So, sandstone as the bottom layer, and then red brick as the top layer, like the top apartments or whatever. And then for the flooring, it's going to be this, which is acacia, which is really, really nice looking. And then obviously gray stained glass, red and white for a banner over top of all the windows and everything. And then anything outlined is going to be used with this, which I believe is diorite or andesite. One of those two. I think diorite's the white one, andesite's the gray one. Finally, we have a diner, which is actually inspired by a floor plan in one of mine and Cheyenne's favorite restaurants, Texas Roadhouse. So, got several booths, which I've got a really, really good design for booths for inside of diners and stuff. So we got them set out, booths on the side wall, and then booths in the middle, 4 of them, and bathrooms in the back, and then an office area connected to the kitchen, which you might think, well, why would you have to go through the kitchen to get to the office? Actually, in a lot of fast food places and in a lot of diners, the office is only accessible through the kitchen. For example, the McDonald's that I worked at for a year and a half and became a manager of, the office you had to go through the kitchen to get to. And that's how most McDonald's, Taco Bell's, Pizza Huts, most all of them are like that. We have to go through the kitchen to get to the office. This one is actually nicer than the both McDonald's that I worked at, in that you just step through and you're at the office. And the McDonald's, you had to go through the entire kitchen for one of them, and it was at the back, and then all that. And then over here is the check-in desk. So since it is a restaurant and not a fast food place, you would come in here off to the left. They'll take your check-in. There'll be a little waiting area. Actually, over here, there's also going to be a waiting area for the check-in here. But for the materials, we're going to be using this red wood, which is the new wood that just dropped in the last major update, the crimson planks. Or maybe it was the update before. I don't know. It was 1.19, I think. So yeah, the last major update, I believe. I don't know. But yeah, so that looks really nice for like a barn steakhouse type deal. And then gray wool in this texture pack looks amazing. Kind of looks closer to marble than quartz does. And it also is seamless. So it is essentially a better white concrete, since the white concrete has these cracks in it. Not too noticeable, but I like this block a lot better. Then we do have the herringbone, finally. Finally the herringbone. I believe this is spruce planks? No, mangrove planks. Oh, that's mangrove? Then what is this? Crimson. That was with another update. That's nice. So yeah, we have the mangrove planks, which is herringbone style. And then we have more of the diorite for the highlights or whatever on the separation between the floors. White stained glass this time for the diner, and then stairs for the wall. I don't think I'm gonna end up using these, but I put them there just in case. And then the top floor is going to be red sandstone, which is a little bit of a deeper orange than this sandstone, which will be nice. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching this video, and go ahead and enjoy the time lapse, because I'm gonna do a whole time lapse of all 5 buildings. So thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one. Again, these are gonna take a lot longer to produce because the editing and everything and adding everything in and actually recording it takes hours and hours and hours. So don't expect too many of these videos at a time. It'll probably take, you know, a couple, at least a couple days, if not a week or so. So expect only once every 2 weeks or something like that, because editing does take quite a while of these, and I'm not going to be pulling an all-nighter every week, just on the days that I work at 8 a.m. because my sleep schedule is not reset yet. So anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the time lapse that I'm going to be putting at the end of the video. Alright, goodbye.